What's bothering me is the focus in Hawaii. I don't, mainland maybe so, but in Hawaii, where we have one of the world's best wave climates, and yet we see the focus of the administration, the university, others, and it's on wind or solar, and leaving alone this powerful technology and not giving it the attention and the help that it needs to move forward.
It's true, we need a comprehensive plan. We can't just focus, and I point in my article too, we can't just focus on a few that present themselves at first. We have to look at all of the ones that might work. This is certainly one that might work, wave energy. The other thing we've got to look at is storage. Because with any kind of renewable, you always have the issue of how firm is it, how reliable is it, how much does it change with the weather or whatever. And in order to make it work for an electric company who has got to buy it and use it and give it to us at home, you have to have storage to smooth out the curve. We haven't addressed that at all.
Okay, but then that's the new technology that would be available and the research and the jobs for people that are here in Hawaii.
Absolutely.
If we do this and couple it with the wave energy. On Maui Electric, their CEO looks at wave energy as almost a firm power, meaning almost equivalent to fossil fuel, because it's about 80%, 80 to 90% reliable, and with the NOAA buoys, the NOAA forecasting, they can tell 24 to 48 hours if there's going to be a drop in the wave climate. So that puts it way up on the scale above wind or solar. I don't mean to downgrade wind or solar. What I'm trying to do is say, wait a minute, Hawaii has got to pay attention to the technology that is the most viable for our islands and give it the attention that it is, and support that it is given to solar and wind.
You're absolutely right. I mean, I agree with you absolutely on that. It is more firm. It is not completely firm, but it's more firm than wind and solar, which go off at night and go off when the wind goes off. And it's a big problem because we don't have storage. So right now, you could build an undersea cable, you could build all the wind you wanted, you could build all the solar you wanted, it still wouldn't work. We have to have a comprehensive plan, and this is an option which is actually going to give you the smoothest power of the three you mentioned.
And Jay, we need a comprehensive plan now, not saying, oh, well, we'll just stop and wait and we'll go ahead with undersea cable and wind and forget about the wave energy. I mean, the idea that you can just say, well, we'll put it on the shelf means that if you put it on the shelf for Hawaii, Hawaii will not be a leader. Hawaii will not have the jobs, and Hawaii will have to buy retail at high retail prices and ship it in, and that just doesn't make sense.
You don't know yet because we haven't tried yet, but it could be that wave energy is the best of all of them. The most firm of all of these, the most reliable of all of them, unaffected by obstacles and intrusions and so forth. So we can't abandon it. We can't marginalize it. We have to bring it right into the array. And the way you do that is with a legislative statement of policy and legislative funding. I am disappointed that the President has told the Federal Department of Energy to knock off funding on wave energy nationally by, what, 25%?
Well, except I was very disappointed in that too, and I thought, now why, when he knows the power of the waves, he swims in them here in Hawaii, he knows that, but why on earth would he do that? And then I took a look and realized that he has, I think, quadrupled the amount that the Bush administration gave toward wave energy. And so we're really millions ahead, but we're still a little bit behind.
Yeah. Now, one of the things that is involved in the federal initiative is tidal energy,
right?
Which Hawaii doesn't have because of its special circumstance. What I would like to see is some real effort being made to look at the most advanced of these half a dozen technologies, and then go out and sort of like Ocean Links that's out off Maui. You mentioned that in your column, and I mentioned it in mine. With 2.7 megawatts, I think, and that's very good.
That's very impressive.
And HECO has agreed to buy that energy on a power purchase agreement. So you have a real thing happening there. It's foreign capital, but that's okay. My theory, Cynthia, is this: what we have to do is we have to take the foreign capital. We have to take the big installations. We have to buy it from somewhere else. But if we incentivize our own entrepreneurs, then they will go shoulder to shoulder with the foreign capital. They will work with them, learn with them, and they will ultimately create an industry that's local.
And that would be wonderful. Well, we know that Navitec, a local company, already has a couple of, I believe they've put in for some patents.
They have some patents on wave energy, and I've seen some videos they made of their devices to create wave energy.
So they're not sitting on the sidelines. But again, it's in spite of any involvement or help really from local government.
Part of it, I think, is getting out there in the press so that people know about this.
Well, then let me bring up this again. I would like to refer the viewers to Jay Fidell's think tank article that appeared in the Honolulu Advertiser on June 14th, and it's titled, "For Hawaii, Wave Energy's a Natural." And then in the Star Bulletin yesterday, the Star Bulletin recently, June 24th, we have Wave Action, an article that I authored, and it's talking about the power of the waves for Hawaii. So you have two different articles that people could go in and blog. I believe yours accepts blogs. I know this one does, the Star Bulletin does. So to get the dialogue going. One blogger misunderstood and thought we were going to go right in the shore break or right in the surfer's waves. And wave energy technology does not locate itself there. It's further out, like a mile to 2 miles out, or it could be shore-based in a revetment or in a harbor, a harbor revetment. And then it would be part of the revetment itself.
Sure, and you can pick whatever location you want. And if you want the most powerful waves or vortex, vortex action under sea, you would go to a place that wasn't necessarily so good for recreational swimming.
Right.
So it's easily, it fits. Everybody has his own piece of the ocean, so to speak.
Which is a lot better. Then I have one more from overseas, and here again, the United Kingdom, Scotland, Ireland, and England are really leading things there. They're talking about there needs to be large and full-scale testing in a real sea environment. And then it's talking about, the testifier was saying, it's evident that device developers will be attracted to specific sites with good resource, which have some degree of infrastructure support, a supportive regulatory and financial environment. Now, he goes on to say there are at least 7 sites in Europe that are being developed for this development and pre-commercial testing of wave energy devices, and they are attracting research funding and developers. Why not Hawaii? Where are we? And that's what is frustrating me so, because if we just shut off wave energy and only focus on wind and the cable, we're losing a huge resource, and we're losing the ability to attract research funding and the developers here in Hawaii.
It's a squander.